What's up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you the full breakdown for the up and coming week. This week sees the introduction of a brand new refit for your Wishkeeper exotic bow. We also see the Ghosts of the Deep return as a featured dungeon for the up and coming week, a full breakdown of all the weekly rituals, lost sectors and seasonal challenges, and so much more. So be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another week and another This Week in Destiny. This week marks week 7 of Season of the Wish. This week we see the conclusion of the Wishing All the Best quest, where we are granted the 15th wish and we get an opportunity to enter it over in a Wall of Wishes. As well as that, we see the continuation of the Constellation exotic quest to earn refits and catalysts for the Wishkeeper exotic bow. This week's quest is called Constellation Pair. We'll once again need to locate a celestial anomaly in order to complete the constellation, whilst also running the star-crossed mission on Legend to get your hands on the new refit. This will also continue to build the bridge towards the portal at the very end of this mission. There are many secrets still to find, so if you're not fully up to date on the Constellation Quest, make sure to get them done and pick up your new refit upon this week's weekly reset. Now next up we're going to move on to the featured challenge for the Crota's End Raid. This takes place over in the Abyss encounter, and this is called Conservation of Energy. This is probably one of the trickier challenges in the rotation that sees Guardians alternating between depositing the Chalice of Light in the podium and enlightening the lamp itself. Now it definitely helps to have an order set up prior to running the challenge, and if you and your team can knock it out, you'll gain access to an additional raid chest and some sweet Adept raid loot. Now speaking of raids and dungeon, this week sees the return of the Root of Nightmares as the featured raid. Now this launched back in Lightfall, has some incredible weapons that are all craftable, and even has one of the best raid exotics in the game in the form of the Conditional Finality. As the featured raid, all the challenges are available too, which is perfect if you're still looking to finish the seal. So if you don't have weapon patterns for these incredible weapons, or you just want to farm Rolk the final boss to get your hands on this amazing exotic, then make sure to jump into the Root of Nightmares this week and get all those challenges done. As for the featured dungeon, this week sees the return of Ghosts of the Deep for the very first time as the featured dungeon. Now Ghosts of the Deep launched in Season of the Deep, and like some of the more recent dungeons, has some very strong weapons, some absolutely amazing armor, and is also home to the exotic Strand Trace Rifle in the Navigator. So if you don't have your hands on that, then this week we'll see all the encounters in Ghosts of the Deep become farmable, a perfect chance to earn some of the weapons, armor, and also the dungeon exotic. Now next up we're going to move on to the exotic mission Rotator, and this week's featured exotic mission is Operation Seraph's Shield. Now to gain access to this, you will need to either own the Witch Queen or Season of the Seraph, and in doing so you'll gain access to the exotic weapon, the Revision Zero, the craftable exotic pulse rifle. On top of that, armor and weapons from Season of the Seraph are available too, including the Fire and Forget, Tripwire Canary, Disparity, Path of Least Resistance, Judgment of Kelgaroth, and the Retrofit Escapade. That's alongside the Ikelos weapons in the form of the hand cannon, shotgun, sniper rifle, and the SMG. So if you are missing weapon patterns for those, then these can drop during the course of the activity or upon activity completion, and that's alongside the Warmind's Avatar Armor Set 2, which is ideal if you're looking to finish your Transmog collection. Now next up we're going to move on to Dares of Eternity and the 30th Anniversary Pack activity. Alongside the Scatterhorn Armor Set, we see the Prefector Armor Set return from Season of the Chosen. Now Xur is in fact selling this armor set right now over in the European Dead Zone. So if you are watching this video upon posting, then you can fill out your Transmog collection just by paying him a visit. But alongside that armor set, you do also see weapons from that season return too, including the Scaflock, Extraordinary Rendition, Brass Attacks, Threaded Needle, Coduello, Imperial Needle, Far Future, Honor's Edge, Distant Tumulus, Interference, Shepherd's Watch, and the Annual Skate. As always, these can drop during the course of the activity upon completion, or by handing in strange coins over at the Star Horse over in the Treasure Hoard. Now next up we're going to move on to the weekly rituals, and this week sees the return of Psyop's Battleground in the Cosmodrome as the Nightfall and Grandmaster Nightfall for week 7. Now this was changed in week 1 to the highest battleground on the moon due to some issues, so we should see the return of this particular Nightfall if you're still missing this for your Conqueror Seal. And with the return of this, we do see the return of Warden's Law as a Nightfall exclusive reward. Now if you and your team can knock this out on the Grandmaster difficulty with a Platinum Medal, this will drop as a guaranteed reward. So if you're still chasing down gold rolls on that, then make sure to jump into the Nightfall upon this week's weekly reset. Now moving over to the Crucible, this week sees the return of Control, Mayhem and Elimination as featured Crucible modes for the week. Upon the conclusion of Iron Banner, this Friday will also see the return of Trials of Osiris, and with that we also see bonus Trials ranks all weekend long. So if you're looking to earn some quick rank up packages for Saint 14 and get your hands on some new Trials of Osiris loot, then make sure to jump in upon Friday's reset to take advantage of those bonus ranks. Now from here we're going to move on to the Lost Sector calendar for week 7. This week's Lost Sector kicks off over in the Skye dock and will be offering exotic boots. As for Wednesday, you can head over to the Quarry for a chance at exotic gauntlets. As for Thursday, Aphelian's Rest will be back, offering exotic chess pieces. And on Friday, with the launch of Trials, you can return to the Bay of Drowned Wishes for a chance at exotic helmets. On Saturday, over the weekend, you can head to the Chamber of Starlight for a chance at exotic boots, with the weekend rounding out over in Perdition on Sunday, offering exotic gauntlets. And to wrap us up for the week, you can head over to the Bunker E15 on Europa for another chance at exotic chess pieces. Now, as well as those exotics, you can also earn weapons from the World Loot Pool. So if there are particular weapons that you're looking to farm god rolls on that are not craftable, then much like with the exotics, be sure to plan your week accordingly. And if you want to check out this calendar in full for yourself, make sure to do so over in Today in Destiny, and I'll leave the link to that down in the video description below. Now to wrap us up for the week, we're going to head over to the seasonal challenges, and there are in fact 9 seasonal challenges for week 7. The first is called Wish Seeker 7, and he needs to complete week 7 of the Wishing All the Best quest. That's followed by Swift Dispersal, and he needs to rapidly defeat combatants in Riven's Lair or the Coil, and you'll gain additional progress from final blows during the Coil activity. That's followed by Dragon's Defender 5. So he needs to defeat targets with trace rifles or linear fusion rifles, and you'll gain additional progress from Guardian Final Blows and Final Blows within Riven's Lair or the Coil. That's followed by On a Whim, and he needs to acquire the Chivalric Fire, and this is the ritual weapon for the season. That's followed by Expedited Violence, so he needs to rapidly defeat targets in Crucible, Gambit or the Vanguard playlist, and bonus progress is granted for Guardian Final Blows. That's followed by Weight of Dreams, and he needs to get final blows with weapons using heavy ammo in ritual activities, and you'll earn extra progress for rocket launcher final blows or by defeating guardians. Next we have Flourish of Power, and he needs to defeat guardians in Mayhem with super abilities, and that's followed by Darkest Nightfall, and he needs to complete any Nightfall strike on hero difficulty or higher, and you'll earn extra progress for completing Nightfalls on hero difficulty or higher. And the final challenge for this week is called Mid-Range Calibration, and he needs to calibrate mid-range weapons. This includes hand cannons, glaives, auto rifles, fusion rifles and machine guns, and you'll earn extra progress for defeating guardians. So there we have it guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 7 of Season of the Wish. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.